Newly freed reporter Jason Rezaian is speaking out for the first time today. The Washington Post journalist was held captive in Iran for more than a year. He was released from an Iranian prison in a prisoner swap with 4 other Americans last week. He finally returned to the Post today, where he gave an emotional speech.
This is really wonderful to be here. I've prepared a few words, and I hope you don't mind if I read. I've not been around a crowd for a very long time. So, I'm honored to be a part of this ceremony marking the next chapter in the history of the Washington Post. For much of the 18 months I was in prison, my Iranian interrogators told me that the Washington Post did not exist, that no one knew of my plight, and that the United States government would not lift a finger for my release. Today I'm here in this room with the very people who helped prove the Iranians wrong in so many ways. Each day since my release, I learned more about the efforts to gain our freedom, which began the moment Yegi and I were taken from our home, and continue on in support of our reintroduction into the world. There's so many people to thank. The Post leadership, including Fred Ryan, Marty Barron, and Doug Jill, who worked tirelessly on our behalf, along with the Post lawyers, Jay Kennedy and Jim McLaughlin. Jeff Bezos, who not only gave me a ride home to freedom, but spent the past year and a half supporting the Post efforts on my behalf and encouraging them to do whatever they could to get me home. Bob Kimmett and his team at WilmerHale, who led the Post's global outreach with foreign governments, the UN, and others. I'm truly fortunate to have this opportunity to thank Secretary Kerry and Ambassador Brett McGurk, who negotiated with the Iranians for my release and who constantly advocated on my behalf within the US government. No other country would do so much for an ordinary citizen, and I know that. To my colleagues at the Post, you guys are all awesome. There's so many of you who I want to talk to, and I hope we'll have time to do that over the coming weeks and months. But just knowing the lengths you all went to keep my story alive is truly humbling and should make us all proud to be a part of the future of the Washington Post. And lastly, I want to thank my family, my heroes, actually. My mom, Mary, my brother, Ollie, and my wife, Yegi. You guys mean everything to me, and I'm just happy to be home with you. Thank you very much. Thanks.
It is so great to see Jason come home. Journalists all over the world are under threat, under attack. The Committee to Protect Journalists says in 2015, 71 journalists have been killed trying to do what Jason was doing, to bring the news and bring truth to a story.